to quickly give you a guide in terms of how you can manage your trades. Okay, so over here, you want to at least have an idea roughly, right? This is how I manage as well. You can take it as reference. I think it's very important because of what I've witnessed yesterday in some of the trades that we talk about. Okay, we were quite deep in profits, and of course, depending on how you manage your trades, you might get out at some good profits, break even. If you don't really manage it, maybe you might suffer some losses. Okay, so I thought this is important to keep all of you updated as well. Okay, so for a guide, if you're looking at intraday, right? Right now we are looking at somewhere around like if you get a positive 20-30 bits, okay, in the direction that you want, or if you're looking at risk to reward, if you get about 1:1 RR, okay, it's a good time to move your stops to break even and protect the trade. Okay, so that's a quick one. And to keep you updated on some of the trades that we had, yesterday we talked about the pound dollar and of course the New Zealand dollar as well, right? And then euro dollar was last week trade. So bring you to the chart. Okay, so this is actually the euro dollar. You can see we sold here. Yesterday I managed to get out here because we were very, very close to our take profit, and then I decided to manage my trade accordingly to protect some capital. Okay, and of course the profits here to protect it as well. I think this is about close to 40 bits. Okay, so we are out on this trade. The other one is, of course, pound dollar. So you can see over here, pound dollar, we have two trades, right? Yesterday, one was here. You see, it was break even. Okay, it came down as close as like about less than less than 10 pips to our target, right? So these things happen, and that's why I think management is crucial as well, right? It's not just about entry, but it's about how you manage your trade when you get involved in it. Okay, the other one over here is a trade that we got in last week. Okay, so this was about 20 pips. This was just break even. Okay, so I think it's important to have a technique to also manage your active trade when you're involved. Okay, just want to share this quick one here with you. And New Zealand, we talk about how we shift it to break even and get out. Okay, so it was a good decision as well because I really didn't like what it's doing. We managed to get out and break even just before this goal. Okay, so again, managed to protect this trade. Okay, so I hope you see that. All right, so for now, of course, based on how I manage my trade, roughly this is about that. Okay, give and take maybe about 1 or 2 minus or plus 1 or 2 pips. Okay, because I just like to round up the numbers. Okay, so far, for now up to today, we do have like 60 pips for the week. Okay, one trade is still running. Okay, the dollar yen. This was also shared yesterday. And this one here so far so good. Okay. Let me do a very quick check here. That's about 10 pips. I would suggest that we can shift our stops to break even first, okay? Because our stops are pretty tight anyway, right? Our stop loss was like 15 pips, okay? So we are up, you know, you can see the high here to where we got in is about 12 pips. So that's almost like 1:1 R, right? So that's how I do my management. And protect my trade. Okay, so if you're following this, it's good to shift your stops to break even and just see how far this trade can go. All right, so that's a quick update on some of the active trades, some of the results that we had so far. Right now we only have one trade running, which is the dollar yen. Okay, and I've just shifted my stops to break even. So let's take a very quick look at some of the potential opportunities for today in an intraday basis. Okay. For euro dollar, really nothing much. I'm still looking for the sell because higher time frame, I'm still bearish on this, but today there's no setup, right? So quickly skip on to that. The other one here is on pound dollar. I think there is a decent setup to again look for another sell trade. Okay, so I'm always bearish bias here until proven otherwise. Okay, and you do see that right now we do have a 1 hour double top. This double top here do not have a divergence, okay, but it's still a valid double top. And on 30 minutes, you do see a divergence on this mini top. Okay, pretty obvious. Okay, so again, similar pattern is happening over and over again. I'm going to look to capitalize on this. We're looking to get involved if price break off this low, and of course, the stop here is going to go above this high. Okay, that's about 30 plus 35 pips. To me, that's decent. Okay, the target, I'm going to use this level here at L4 to be very, very conservative. Okay, but I strongly believe that if it's going to start going down, it can easily, you know, just come down towards perhaps even the L5. Okay, so yeah, that's how I'm going to look at it, right? I'm going to be a bit aggressive and look at the L5. All right, so this is the first trade here that I would like to share with you guys for today. I think we are pretty close to our entry. Okay, so that's about 10 pips. So I'm going to get this in. Pound dollar, right? We look to sell stop. The price is around 3717. Stops is around 3752. Okay, and of course the target here is 1.36, right? Pound dollar. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna put that order in. Okay, this is gonna go in as a sell stop at 1.3717, right? The stop loss here is 3752. Target is 36. We remove the drawing and take a look. Okay, I'll adjust this stop slightly above the high, right? I think that's pretty important to factor in that spread. Okay, so that would bring our stop to about 5.3, right? So if you want, just change this to 5.3. Okay, that few pips, right? You need to make that slight adjustment yourself because again, your pricing here might be a little bit different. Okay, but this is one of the trade. Okay, let's take a look at the next one here on Aussie dollar. Very, very similar setup. Okay, in fact, Aussie dollar did have a harmonic pattern that has just been completed. Okay, I think like just a few hours before that. Okay, this is a very decent cipher pattern that has a very nice rejection. Okay, there's about 30 pips of rejection. If you already, if you woke up in the morning, you get into this trade earlier involved, you can already shift your stops to break even. But because we are not, okay, I'll be looking to get involved in another method, right? And what you see over here, of course, is very similar to the pound dollar. We do have a mini double top divergence. Okay, I'll be looking to get involved in this trade as well, right? So something like this. So over here, I've already done a quick screenshot and put in the details. Okay, so you can see the sell stop is about 7732. The stops is at 7765. So that's about 30 pips. Okay, and the target here is about 7694. So it's about close to 1:1 risk to reward. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna put this in. Okay, while those of you who are looking to trade along with us, right, do take note of the risk exposure because all of this involve the dollar, right? So you have all the dollar pairs running, okay? And if you are looking at selling all these major pairs, you are essentially trading the same direction for the dollar. Okay, so you want to factor your risk exposure inside what's happening. Oh. All right, so this is the second trade that we'll look to get involved in, right? Pretty close to where we are right now is at less than 10 pips, okay? New Zealand dollar, nothing much for today, okay? The next one here we do see is the dollar CAD, again, looking to buy the dollar. Okay, the setup here is actually pretty straightforward. You do have a double bottom divergence. And then what we are looking out for is price has broken it. And we are looking for the 618 retracement, which pretty nice coincides with the L3 level today, right? Okay, so again, I've also put this in over here, dollar CAD. Oh, I haven't saved the chart. So let me do that. Okay, and replace it. I need to shrink it a bit. Okay, so dollar CAD over here, we are looking to buy around 2665. Okay, the stops is gonna go for me. I'm aggressive, right? So 786. That's around 2629. Okay, if you're conservative, you need to put it at the previous low. Okay, so I'm a bit aggressive on this. So target here is 2780. right? So this is what we call double bottom, double top, and then wait for the 618 retracement, right? So let's see if this is gonna work out for today, right? It's about 30 pips, 35 pips, right? So pretty decent. So the entry is 2665, stop loss is at 2629, okay, and the target here is 2780. Right, good. Okay, so that's how it looks like. Let me clear this off so you can see it. All right, so that's how the entry and all this looks like. Dollar yen is running. Yeah, okay, so there is a potential. Yeah, that is another potential. Okay, look. Okay, I'm gonna put in this order because we are already having a break even here, right? So ideally, we want price, of course, to go straight up right now. Okay, but if it doesn't happen, okay, and let's say this comes back down, tag us at break even, then I think there's another opportunity to get involved in it. Okay, we do have the ABCD over here. This was very, very close. It's not something that I would really want to consider. Okay, the other one I think you can potentially look out for is a potential godly pattern. Okay, so let me just remove that. It looks like this. Okay, it's still a little bit early to say that if this is gonna be here, it can comes out here and then come back down. Okay, but having said that, even if it's like here, that's also a valid pattern, right? So the pattern here is at the 786. Okay, and of course the stops has to go below. Okay, and the target here would be 618 and things like that. I'll just use for short term. You look at this L5 camarilla level. Okay, in fact, I'll probably pull this down here for today as well. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably get involved in this trade. Let me do that screenshot for you guys as well. And this is probably the last trade for today that we're going to talk about. Okay, gold has nothing in it, right? So this one here is probably the last one for today for you to consider. Okay, so we change the image to dollar yen. All right, so this is a godly pattern. And the entry is around 103.46. Okay, the stops is gonna go below 103.32. Okay, and take profit here is 103.88, right? Okay, so let me put that in as well. I think the stop is about like 10 plus pips, right? Pretty tight stops. Okay, so let me adjust this. This is gonna go in at 46. Okay, stop loss here is 103.32, and target is 103.88. Good, right? That's good. All right, so that's the last one. Gold right now, there's nothing much on the chart. I think just consolidating. Not any high probability trades to really focus on. Okay. So for today, that's all that we have. Okay, so take note of the risk management, management of trades. Take note of all the dollar pairs that you're looking to trade. They are all buying dollar in the same direction. So make sure you're taking note of your risk exposure, right? Because if something goes against our dollar direction, these trades here might get stopped out altogether. Okay, so if you want to take all of them, make sure you adjust your risk accordingly. Make sure you're psychologically prepared that if it goes wrong, if you're taking all four, of course, 4 trades can go into a losing environment. Good. Okay, so that's all from me. Yeah, so I received some feedback and would like to kind of like keep this short, right? Straight to the point. What are some of the trades we look at? And would like to keep it like maybe between 15 minutes. Okay, so that's the feedback I received. Yeah, so we managed to do that today. So moving forward, I might keep it short and straight away tell you what are some of the trades to look out for and things like that. Okay, so hope you kind of like benefit and enjoy from this whole session here as well. All right, so with that, we're gonna see you guys tomorrow, and let's see how these trades play out today. And of course, you might want to factor that management style into it as well, because after this session, I won't be able to kind of like continuously, update you guys on all these trades. But you want to take note of how you can manage those active trades. All right, so with that, I'm gonna end off today's session over here, and see you guys tomorrow. Right, bye bye.